It is the evening session on Radio 1, and we are here with the Prodigy, with Maxim and Liam and Keith and myself, and that's very nearly 4 Essex boys in a room and not a single pair of white socks.
No.
So there goes the first of today's
from Essex.
stereotypes. You're not known. But where are you living now?
I do live in Essex now.
Yeah.
I'm not actually originally from Essex.
Have you all got studios now at home?
Yeah.
Yeah.
From what I've been reading over, the last couple of weeks, seems that the energy in the band is coming from all different directions for this next record.
I think it's cool though, because it's like always before I was really shut off about not letting anyone get involved in the music, and as well, I don't know, the other guys weren't really that fussed about it, and now, it's just great to have more input, really. Do you know what I mean? And
Keith, you've been learning guitar?
Yeah, I've been playing with guitar, really. I sort of had a few lessons, but I'm not a good pupil. I'm sort of, my head drifts a bit, and I want to be playing like Tom Morello within 2 days, which doesn't happen. But I really enjoy jamming, because it's kind of like a bit more freer, and my studio is more of a live room than an actual studio, really.
Yeah, that's the other thing. My thing's more of a programming room, so it's like we can go and vibe things in Keith's room and sort of record the instruments and then bring them back, program them, So it's a good little setup.
Well, I imagine you see that it's about release, though, for you, isn't it? I can already see you turning up everything really loud. Is this right? Am I getting somewhere
very
close?
Much so.
Yeah.
Do you adopt the pose as you're doing it?
Oh, God, yeah.
A pure A-frame, isn't it?
Yeah, oh, yeah. I ace, I A-frame, I bang. I do the lot. That was phenomenal. I mean, I used to come out there. Sometimes I'd walk out there and actually be sick, because it's the bass and it was so loud, the frequencies, it kind of makes
the room is about this big as well.
Yeah, it's quite small and
that's
well
size,
stocked. Well stocked with speakers and other PA, etc. So yeah, it's just that it was good energy.
You always get some good snatches of things out of things like that, don't you?
Yeah, exactly.
You can pull out some good bits. You know?
And I mean, you mentioned energy there. I mean, so much of what you're about is about sort of energy levels. Did you miss playing together after you'd finished sort of promoting and Fat of the Land? It
was definitely a time to sort of sit back for a bit, because we'd all the way before we always had songs that were we were always ahead of ourselves with the songs, so we could record songs and then play them. But we found we were spending a lot of time on the road, and the sort of studio side suffered, so it's just a matter of...
caught up with us, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just a matter of laying off that for a bit, But it feels like we haven't been anywhere. For me, it feels like we just finished the last album and we just get on with the next thing. I don't know what I've been doing for the last couple of years, do you know what I mean?
And also, was it necessary almost to take stock? I mean, one of the last times I interviewed you, Liam, you were talking about almost wanting to make sure that you're ahead of the game, having a look around and seeing what was going on.
That's why it's taken so long for us to sort of come back out again, because, we want to feel like we're in our own heads relative, do you know what I mean?
And before, once or twice before, you used to put out white labels, anonymously. But this time round, you're doing rather than doing that, unveiling bits of new material at festivals.
It's been a gradual sort of unveil, really, over the last sort of year or so, I reckon. Yeah. That's the best way. I mean, this track, this single, it's taken like about 2 or 3 different shapes, isn't it, so far?
Yeah.
It's got slightly more of a Poison vibe, although it's faster than Poison, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Only a couple of BPM, but yeah, definitely.
The other thing about this new single, I was talking about it's all about energy and stuff, and the release of energy. A lot of Prodigy songs feel like actually trying to express something which has been pent up for a long time.
Yeah.
But this one's actually not so much like that. There's more tension in this latest Baby's Got a Temper.
I think the lyrics bring that as well, I think,
It's quite dark. Brooding.
Yeah.
But it's quite, in a way, the lyrics, along with the fact that if you turn it up really loud, it's actually quite dense, and there are at least 2 different riffs in that track.
It's quite a full record. Definitely, it was a very difficult record to mix, and I still listen to it now and think we could have done it better. But I think that about all of the tracks. But
I think more than anything else, we wanted to build in a bit of mayhem in there as well, didn't we?
And listen, would you say that's indicative of where you're going with some of the other tunes?
Not really. That's the weird thing, because I think this record almost sounds like it could have been off the last album. It's like a bridging gap between Fat of the Land and the next album. That's what I always thought when I was writing it, you know.
On the evening session tonight, joined by a special guest, the Prodigy, and this is Baby's Got a Temper. It's the new Prodigy single, it's Baby's Got a Temper. And how much fun did you have making that video, which goes with it?
I'll tell you what, actually, funny enough, it was probably one of the easiest videos known to man ever. It was really good fun, really good
relaxed,
vibe.
Wasn't it?
The fun element was definitely the cows. I mean, that was...
Which I suppose, just in case, it's, just for on the off chance that people might not have seen it, it's like a sort of circus outside, and then there's inside, there's a milking shed with you on stage playing to some cows who are being milked by what look like Californian girls. Am I doing okay so far? Is that how it was in your dream?
No, I didn't actually dream about the girls. The cows were the only thing. I mean, basically, I went to the director with the actual cow idea, and just said, I had this, this dream about this, just a dream about us playing blasé to these cows, and make what you will of that type of thing. And then he
that's living in the country, I have to tell you.
and he weaved this mad story into it. So yeah, it was probably the most sort of tongue-in-cheek video we've done.
What are your hopes now for the rest of this year?
We plan to release another single, because I mean, this record I was thinking about it actually, this record isn't really like a comeback record, because I think I'm going to actually go away and come back again, and the next record.
So it's a comeback, go away record.
Yeah, it's just it's a bridging gap, this record. Do you know what I mean? I see the next record is like a comeback record, which will lead into the album, and I thought whether this single should actually go on the album, because there'd be a bit of distance between this record and the album itself, but we can figure that out. The record company were like, what, so you've just written something and now you don't want to put it on an album you haven't finished. But we're talking about releasing the single towards the end of the year and then rolling with the album next year,
Right.
Beginning of next year.
Okay. So this is more like a popping in for a cup of tea record, rather than anything else. Talking of that, I had this sudden thing, I can't remember where I read it, somewhere where I think Keith was saying that you didn't know it was the Jubilee until somebody invited you to a coffee morning.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Which that just gave me this brilliant, and please don't destroy this for me, but it gave me this brilliant image of you as the sort of mercurial kind of squire in the village.
Oh, very much not.
With the gun dogs out for a walk, no?
No, I mean,
please don't destroy it.
I've got 6 gun dogs. Yeah, I've got the gun dogs.
Right.
But it was funny, actually, the other day someone pointed out at my local pub in the magazine something about people that have moved to the country and become sort of apathetic, and and it just made me laugh, because I've always lived there, so I've always been apathetic. But at the end of the day, I've got it's funny, a couple of people have mentioned the squire thing, and I've only got a 2-bedroom house. So, yeah, squire that.
Okay, all right. Well, you'll forgive me if I don't change the image in my own head, just for now.
You've got a cravat though, haven't you?
What kind of clothing was going with that image?
Now, I must admit, I'll tell you what, where I live, I'm surrounded by very cool people. The guy next to me writes music, he's involved with fashion, and the other guy up the top, Richard, he's also very cool. So they're very young-minded people that, I was, my live room, as we was talking about earlier on, kicks arse, and, I was, nearly a quarter of a mile away from my house the other day talking to a neighbour, and I could hear it all kicking off. It's Essex, and it's not Surrey, it's very down to earth. As I say, I don't say that in defence, I just say that because I enjoy it. It's a great place to live.
That's what it is.
It's quality of life.
It is what it is.
But it's nice to see that you're still having fun. That's the most important thing. And some festivals still to come, Belgium, Witness, and then we'll see you at Reading, Leeds and Glasgow.
I'm working on the mullet, and I'm going to ace my arse off with Axl backstage.
There's a warning to you if you're listening, Guns N' Roses. Prodigy, thank you very much for coming in and talking to us, and pop round for another cup of tea with the next record or sometime in the future.
Thanks.
Cool.
Cheers.
Sure.
Cool.